ሰላም የሳይንቲፊክ ኢትዮጵያን ቤተሰቦች፣ ይህ በተለያየ የሳይንስ ዘርፍ ውስጥ ያሉ ኢትዮጵያን የጋበዝን ያላቸውን እውቀትና ሀሳብ የሚያጋሩበት ዝግጅታችን ነው። ዛሬ እንግዳ አድርገን የጋበዝነው ካሌብ ደጓለምን ነው። ካሌብ በደቡብ ኮሪያ በሚገኘው ዩኒስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኢንተግሬትድ ሳይንስ ኤንድ ኢንጂነሪንግ ወይም ባዮኮንቨርጀንስ አጠንቷል። በአሁኑ ሰዓት በሳምሰንግ ባዮሎጂክስ ሳይንቲስት ሆኖ በድራግ ፕሮዳክትስ ማኒፋክቸሪንግ ሳይንስ ኤንድ ቴክኖሎጂ ቴክ ትራንስፈር ቲም ውስጥ እየሰራ ይገኛል። ዝግጅታችንን ይከታተሉ።
ከረንትሊ ያለው ስታተስ ምን ይመስላል የሚለውን እናወራለን። ከዛ በኋላ current and future directions in diagnostics and therapeutics ፓርት አለ። ይሄንን ደግሞ ልክ ኤምሳት ወይም ደግሞ ማኒፋክቸሪንግ ሳይንስ ኤንድ ቴክኖሎጂ ዲፓርትመንት ውስጥ ልክ እንደሚሰራ ሰው በዛ ፐርስፔክቲቭ መልኩ ከረንትና ወይም ደግሞ የወደፊት የሆነው ዳይሬክሽን ምን ይመስላል የሚለውን ለመናገር እሞክራለሁ። ከዛ በኋላ the capacity of building and career development in biomedicine. I believe most of the audiences here also want to hear this part. How do we direct ourselves career የሚለውን እና እኔም ደግሞ የተማርኩበትን ነገር እስካሁን የመጣሁበትና ሼር ማድረግ እፈልጋለሁ። ሌላው ደግሞ before I end this presentation, I also prepared the journey that how I came to Korea, right? Like what kind of scholarship I used, እንዲሁም ደግሞ currently ምን አይነት scholarship አለ የሚለውንም ምክንያቱም I know ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ ብዙ ተማሪዎች they want to go graduate school ሊሆን ይችላል ወይም ደግሞ you know go to a better research center የሚለውን ነገር ሀሳብ ውስጥ በማስገባት ኮሪያ ምን አይነት እድል አለ የሚለውን ነገር ሼር ለማድረግ እሞክራለሁ ማለት ነው። So without further ado, we can go the first one. So background and training in bioengineering and bioconvergence. So ቅድም አቤል እንዳለው I studied bioconvergence. So maybe አዲስ የሆነ ፊልድ ነው ባዮኮንቨርጀንስ ማለት እና ብዙ ሰዎች ከባዮኢንጂነሪንግ ጋር አንዳንዴ ኮንፍሊክት ይፈጥራል እና ይህንንም ነገር ሼር ለማድረግ እሞክራለሁ። ሶ 2018 ላይ ነው ከኢትዮጵያ ወደ ሳውዝ ኮሪያ የመጣሁትኝ እና በዚህ አጋጣሚ ብዙ ሰው የመጀመሪያ ጥያቄ የሚጠይቀኝ ነገር ቢኖር ምንድነው why did you choose Korea ነው ወይም ደግሞ ኮሪያን ለምንድን ነው የመረጥከው ወይም ደግሞ ኮሪያ ለምን መጣ ብለው ይጠይቁኛል እና አሁን ላይ ሆኜ ሳየው I mean like if I had these questions before like what 5 years ago ምናምን ከ5 ዓመት በፊት ምናምን እንደዚህ አይነት ጥያቄ ብጠይቅ I would still answer you know I don't know I had a chance እንደገና ደግሞ ዩኒቨርሲቲውም ስኮላርሺፑም ፍሪ ነበርና በዛ ምክንያት ነው የመጣሁት ልል እችል ይሆን ነበር። ግን አሁን ላይ ሆኜ ሳየው I don't know if some of you know this verse. I put the verse on my slide here. I took it from the Bible. It's one of my favorite verses. Jeremiah 29:11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Now, it resonates a lot with me. ምንድነው ስኮላርሺፕም ስላገኘሁም ብቻ ሳይሆን አሁን ላይ ሆኜ ሳየው I think there was a plan that God really want me to achieve እና ያንንም just as a part I want to mention that part እና so once I came to Korea I started bioconvergence field እና ከመምጣቴም በፊት actually bioconvergence ምንድነው የሚለውን ዲቴል የሆነ ኖሌጁም የለኝም ነበረ። ግን ከመጣው በኋላ I think freshman year ላይ I got to know what bioconvergence is. ከዛ በኋላ 2018 እስከ 2022 ባችለሪን ጨረስኩኝና ልክ ባችለሪን ከመጨረሴ በፊት I start working intern ሆኜ ባዮቴክ ስታርታፕ ውስጥ መስራት ጀመርኩኝ ማለት ነው እዚህ ኮሪያ ውስጥ። ከዛ በኋላ ኢንተርንሺፕ ወደ 6 ወር የሚያክል ገደማ ከሰራው በኋላ ያው ሴሚስተር ውስጥ ሆኜ ማለት ነው እየተማርኩኝ ከዛ በኋላ ወደ ፉል ታይም ኤምፕሎይ ተደርጎ I switched እና I started working in that company ማለት ነው። ከዛ በኋላ 2024 ላይ ወይም ደግሞ አምና ወደ Samsung Biologics ሙቭ አደረኩ ማለት ነው። it's a global CDMO. So that's a brief introduction about myself. So when it comes to bioconvergence, I'm not sure if I know it, the literal word in Amharic, and it basically means you combine biology with a lot of fields. It represents the space like where biological understanding, engineering design, data science, medicine, and manufacturing system, they intersect to enable scalable የሆነ ከዛም ደግሞ ኢምፓክትፉል የሆነ ሄልዝ ኬር ሶሉሽንስ ማምጣት ማለት ነው። So that's basically what the literal definition of bioconvergence is. እና እንደምታዩት እዚህ ጋር ግራፉ ላይ ያስቀመጥኩት we do have like two axes እና disciplinary orientation አለን ከዛ translational and then applicational level አለን at the bottom አይደለ? So you can see all these bubbles and they all integrate together. And what we see, the orange part is what we call the bioconvergence. እና ውስጡ ብዙ የተለያዩ ፊልዶች አሉት ማለት ነው። So when I take this engineering major, I had a chance to like touch almost every places ማለት ነው። I used to take data science classes ሊሆን ይችላል። molecular biology, that was my major. biology አለ እንደገና ደግሞ engineering አለ calculus, AI. So they tend to give us a lot of minor and major classes ማለት ነው እና ግን ዓላማው ምንድን ነው? ሁሉም ነገሮች በማገናኘት ኢንተግሬት በማድረግ ሄልዝ ኬርን ኢምፓክትፉል የሆነ ሄልዝ ኬርን መፍጠር ማለት ነው። So that's what bioconvergence is all about. So once before I finish my major ወይም ደግሞ graduate ከማድረጌ በፊት እዚሁ ኮሪያ ውስጥ I had a chance to do internship ማለት ነው in my junior year እና ሶል ናሽናል ዩኒቨርሲቲ ይባላል። እኔ የተማርኩበት ዮንሴ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ይባላል እና ሶል ናሽናል ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኢትስ አናዘር ገቨርንመንት ስኩል እና እዛ ፋርማሲ ፊዚዮሎጂ ኤንድ ሞለኪውላር ሜታቦሊዝም ላብ ውስጥ ኦፖርቹኒቲ አግኝቼ ኢንተርን ማለት ነው እዛ ውስጥ ስሰራ ነበር ማለት ነው እና አይ ቲንክ ኢት ካይንድ ኦፍ ላይክ ኦፕን ማይ አይስ እና ከዚህ በኋላ ነው I decided what I actually wanted to do in this biomedical field ማለት ነው እና it was a very short term internship but it was very interesting. I had a chance to like distinguish fat ወይም ደግሞ white adipose tissue የምንላቸው adipose tissue የሚባለው there's a white adipose tissue and also there's a brown adipose tissue እና there have like a structural difference አላቸው እንደገና ደግሞ like how much mitochondria they're holding የሚለውን ነበር ያየሁትኝና if you see the picture, the microscopic picture at the bottom, if the fat has like a lot of lipids then we will have እንትኖቹ ሳይዞቹ ትልልቅ ናቸው ማለት ነው እና ትንንሽ ከሆኑ ደግሞ it kind of indicates that part of fat is actually brown fat የሚለውን ማለት ነው ስለዚህ I had a chance to dissect and also learn about tissues not in depth but like superficially I get to understand what it means tissue ምንድን ነው የሚለውን ማለት ነው ስለዚህ then I decided to actually learn about tissue and more specifically tissue engineering የሚለውን ፓርት ማለት ነው so and my second part is so this is after I graduate I joined a 3D bioprinter አምራች የሆነ ካምፓኒ ውስጥ ነው የገባሁትኝ እና ሮኬት ሄልዝ ኬር ይባላል they have headquarter in Seoul ሳውዝ ኮሪያ ውስጥ አላቸው እንደገና ደግሞ they also have like ብዙ ኦፊሶች in different countries እና I joined this so I don't know if you heard about Rocket Healthcare. It's the only and first company who actually created a 3D bioprinter that can be used inside the operational room ማለት ነው እንደምታዩት ሶስት ፕሮዳክቶች አሉ እና እነዚህ ሶስቱን ፕሮዳክቶች ኢንተግሬት በማድረግ ኢንተግሬት በማድረግ ፕላትፎርም ፈጥረው ይሄ ፕላትፎርም ደግሞ ምንድነው የሚያደርገው? ብዙ ኢንዲኬሽኖች አሉት። ለምሳሌ ዲያቤሪክ ፉት አልሳር የምንለው ኢንፎርሜሽን ተጠቅመን ወደ ፕሪንተሩ እንልከዋለን። መሀል ላይ የምታዩት ዶክተር ኢንቪቮ ይባላል። that is the 3D bioprinter. ሁለት ሄዶች አሉት ኢንሳይድ ላይ እና the first head it prints a scaffold. scaffold የምንለው ምንድነው? የቁስሉን ፓች ስንሰራ ፕሪንት ሲያደርግ ይሄ ስካፎልዱ ሼፑን እንዲጠብቅ የሚያደርገው አካል ማለት ነው። እና ውስጡ we use 3D biomaterial እንጠቀማለን። PCL የሚባል ፖሊመር አለ እና እሱን በመጠቀም በማቅለጥ የቁስሉን ሼፕ እንዲይዝ ስካፎልዱን ከሰራለን በኋላ ከዛ በኋላ now that we know how much ink that we need አይደለ? ከዛ the third product ዶክተር ኢንቪቮ ስካፎልድ ኪት እና አዴናይዘር የሚባለውን ኪት በመጠቀም ፔሸንቱ we do liposuction. We take fat from the patient. abdominal part ላይ ወደ 30 ሚሊ ሊትር የሚሆን ፋት እናወጣለን ማለት ነው። እና ላይፖሴክሽን ካደረግን በኋላ ብዙ ጊዜ ፕላስቲክ ሰርጀኖች ናቸው ይህንን ስራ የሚሰሩት። ከዛ ከወጣ በኋላ ያንን ፋት ደን እዚህ ኪት ውስጥ ያሉ ፕሮሰሰሮች አሉ፣ ብዙ አይነት ፕሮሰሰሮች ወይም ደግሞ ማይክሮናይዘርስ የምንላቸው እና ሜካኒክሊ እነሱን ያንን ፋት ፕሪፔር እናደርጋለን ብሬክ አውት በማድረግ ማለት ነው። ፕሪፔር ካደረግን በኋላ ያው ኢንክ ሰራን ማለት ነው። and then we use this ink and then we put it into the second head on the printer and then we start printing ማለት ነው። እና just to show you the steps, you can see the first picture. ዶክተሮች እዚህ ጋር በመጀመሪያ ደረጃ ምንድነው የሚያደርጉት? debridement ይሰራሉ። ቁስሉን በደንብ አድርገው ክሊን ያደርጉታል። ከዛ we took a picture of the wound. አይፓዱን በመጠቀም ፎቶ እናነሳለን። ከዛ በኋላ የፔሸንቱን አውቶሎገስ አዲፖስ ቲሹ ነው የምንለው ወይም ደግሞ just the fat. we do liposuction, we take that out. እንደገና ደግሞ አራተኛው ፒክቸር ላይ እንደምታዩት ማይክሮናይዘር በማድረግ ፋቱን we break it into pieces, you know, because ይሄ ከህመምተኛው የወጣው ፋት በጣም የተያያዘና ኮንጀስትድ የሆነ ነው እና it's not easy right away እሱን አውጥተን ፕሪንተር ውስጥ ብንከተው እንደ ኢንክ ሆኖ ላይወጣ ስለሚችል እንደገና ደግሞ ፋቱ ውስጥ ያሉ ብለድ ሊኖር ይችላል፣ ዋተር ሊኖር ይችላል እና እነዚህ ነገሮች ዲስቲንጉሽ አድርገን ወይም ደግሞ መለያየት ማጣራት ይጠበቅብናል ማለት ነው። ምክንያቱም we're using ምንድነው ECM የምንላትን ፓርት ነው እየተጠቀምን ያለ ነው እዛ አዲፖስ ፋት ውስጥ ማለት ነው። and then ከዛ በኋላ ቅድም ያልኳችሁ PCL አለ። እሱን በመጠቀም ፕሪንተር ውስጥ እንከተውና ከዛ በኋላ PCL ስካፎልድ ነው ፕሪንት የሚያደርግልን and then we dispense the biomaterial inside ማለት ነው። ከዛ በኋላ ፓች ይሰራልናል፣ የቁስሉን ፓች። ከዛ እሱን አውጥተን ቁስሉ ላይ መለጠፍ ነው ማለት ነው። እና it has a very high efficacy right now እና በጣም በአጭር ጊዜ ውስጥ ቁስሉን ሪጀነሬት በማድረግ ይቺ ፓች ምንድነው የምትሰራው? ልክ ቁስሏ ውስጥ በምናስገባበት ሰዓት ምክንያቱም እዚህ ፓች ውስጥ የራሱ የፔሸንቱ ሴሎች አሉ፣ the fat cells proliferate የሚያደርጉ visceral cells የምንላቸው እና እነሱ ምንድነው የሚያደርጉት? ሴል ሲግናሊንግ ነው የሚፈጥሩት። ልክ ያንን ፓች ቁስሉ ላይ በምናስቀምጥበት ሰዓት ቁስሉ አካባቢ ያሉ ሴሎች ወይም ደግሞ ገና ያልሞቱ ሴሎች they will be you know moving towards to the patch part ማለት ነው። እና ያንን ሲስተም በመጠቀም we regenerate the wound ማለት ነው። so let me just show you a brief video. Just give me a second. All right, so you can see my screen, አይደለ? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let me just play this video. So as you can see ዶክተሮች ውንዱን የፕሪፔር እያደረጉት ነው በደብራይድመንት ማለት ነው። ከዛ we take a picture of the wound and then we do liposuction. ከዛም በኋላ we do micronizing እና ኢሲኤም ነው የምንሰራው። ኢሲኤም ምን ማለት ነው? just to give you ECM is it's the extracellular matrix የምንለው ፓርት ነው where all the the wound healing materials or the cells are found እና ያንን ፓርት ዲስቲንጉሽድ አድርጎ ለማውጣት እና በዛ ብቻ ባዮዊንግ አዘጋጅቶ ፓቹን ለመስራት እንደማለት ነው። Then after that we have a PCL እቺ ነጯ ነገር it's a polymer እሱን በማስገባት we print out the scaffold first ከዛ በኋላ we dispense the bioink inside ማለት ነው and then we apply the patch on the wound ከዛ በኋላ we just do a normal dressing ማለት ነው. So if you see this wound this is actually in week 23 and that is pretty fast because this kind of እንደዚህ አይነት ቁስሎች በብዛት ምንድነው የሚደረጉት አምፒቴት ነው የሚደረጉት እና ግን the patient start working again ማለት ነው. So this is the video that I wanted to share and let me just go back to my presentation. Just give me a second. Okay. All right, so that is pretty much it. ከዛ በኋላ ምንድነው የሆነው I had a chance to go and do clinical study in Japan. So earlier what I explained was product indication diabetic foot ulcer ላይ ብቻ ሳይሆን skin cancer resection የምንለውም ለምሳሌ once we remove a tumor የሚፈጥረው ሆል አለና ያንን ሆል በዚህ bioprinting በመጠቀም we can create a regenerative patch and then apply it on the wound ከዛ በኋላ within 4.2 weeks we can see 100% healing ማለት ነው እና and so I had a chance to work with one of the very prominent doctor in Japan and it was really very good chance for our company as well because they were trying to maximize their clients and try to reach a lot of patients as much so that was a part and also once we finished the skin cancer resection case in Japan we also had a chance to go to Israel and do the same thing clinical trial but this time we did for diabetic foot ulcer patients as well and most interestingly in Israel there were a lot of medias coming into our operation room and even our company the company Rocket Healthcare was on Forbes magazine as well and people were really amazed and they were trying to use this machine bioprinting machine into a lot of hospitals as well. So once we finished with Israel, I think the idea that came into me was how about taking this to home and to Ethiopia and I had a chance to talk to our ambassador in Korea and he was very willing to help and assist our company to be able to transfer this technology to Ethiopia ማለት ነው. So if you know right now the first indications that we were focusing was diabetic foot ulcer and then ከዛ በኋላ ደግሞ skin cancer resection burn ሊሆን ይችላል ወይም ደግሞ other wound care service ሊሆን ይችላል እና the first thing that we were focused on diabetic foot ulcer ነው እና so when we have around 300,000 estimated with diabetic foot ulcer according to the Diabetic Federation but in our country sometimes all this data might not be exactly correct but still it was a very big number so the prevalence for diabetes is around 5% or to 6% in the past years so we try to use these numbers and convince the company that we need this technology to come into our country So the project, we started strategizing all the projects, like what we need to get into a new continent or like a new territory, a new country. So the first thing that I had to do was securing a PI, principal investigator, because we have a case in Ethiopia that I did not know, because if we have a new technology, especially medical technology, we need to have a data of clinical study data to be able to get into markets. Also, sometimes to do registrations in FDA as well. So the first thing that we come up with was doing a clinical study, and then writing a protocol. ከዛ በኋላ EFDAን ኮንታክት ማድረግ ነበረ, I think, which was the very hard part, I believe. The EFDA would ask us so many documents regarding the medical device itself. ከዛም በኋላ we did patient selections, and then we trained the doctors and the nurses, and then we started the clinical study. And then our last two steps was follow up and gathering data. And then if it works, with EFDA, trying to expand to hospitals. So I think the first PI who actually replied to our email was Dr. Ahmed Reja. I'm not sure if you know him. He's a very famous doctor right now. He's doing so many things in Ethiopia, especially anything that is related with diabetes. So I was so honored to work with him. He's a very diligent doctor. And also ከሱ ጋር የሚሰሩ ብዙ ዶክተሮች ነበሩ እኛን የተቀበሉን ይሄ FDA ዶክመንቴሽኑን የሚያገዙን ዶክተሮች ነበሩ. So we did a presentation. We showed the product, I mean the 3D bioprinter and all the platforms to the doctors, and it was a very good beginning. We did select the patients. ከዛ በኋላ we started our clinical study ማለት ነው. So as you see in the picture, this was our first patient, and he had a amputated leg ነበር, already amputated ሆኖ ግን ቁስሉ አልገጠመም ነበርና, so we did the whole procedure. We took fat from his belly and then applied the patch on his wound. So other doctors also could do the same thing as well. So this was a beginning, and then after that, our company 3D bioprinter was donated to Black Lion Hospital. Unfortunately, we couldn't finish the clinical study because at those times this startup company was going through IPO, ወይም ደግሞ ምንድነው public registration የሚባለው position ላይ ነበርና, so there was a lack in budgets, so we ለማስቆም ያንን clinical study እንዲቆም ተገደደ ማለት ነው. Yeah, so that is pretty much it regarding the startup or the 3D bioprinter topic. And then the third one, what I prepared is a drug product development and biomanufacturing science. So as you all know, I think this is my favorite part. Like regardless of whether we work in discovery, diagnostics, or therapeutics, so the ultimate goal of healthcare science is not innovation itself, but impact. And that impact is only possible through biomanufacturing at scale ማለት ነው. እና ብዙ ጊዜ ሰዎች ዲስከቨሪ እና ዲቨሎፕመንትን አንድ ላይ ያደርጓቸዋል እና it doesn't mean whenever we have new innovation, that doesn't mean that will directly go to the patient. There are so many processes in the middle. So discovery is not delivery. But regardless, this biomanufacturing science and biomanufacturing companies የምንላቸው, they had to go through a lot of steps to be able to deliver the products directly to the patient ማለት ነውና, so all the things that we see, like products like medicines, biofuels, chemicals ሊሆን ይችላል, እነዚህ ሁሉ manufacturing science, and they're under biomanufacturing science ማለት ነው. So if you see the picture here, I actually put one of my favorite Professor Oxman. I don't know if you know her. She is building a biodegradable shoes apparel, and it's a very interesting part. That's also part of this manufacturing science, and we do have CDMO manufacturing medicines as well. So I'll be going in depth into that part. All right, so this will take me to my current job. I'm working at Samsung Biologics. Samsung Biologics ደግሞ contract development manufacturing company ከምንላቸው አንዱ ግሎባል ካምፓኒ ነው ማለት ነው። ምንድን ነው የሚያደርገው? Basically, they outsource services for drug development and manufacturing at pharma biotech firms. So for example, we do have like a lot of global big clients, such as Sanofi or Thermo Fisher, and so on. So whenever this company come to us, they'll bring like a very at scale medicine, and then they'll ask us to be able to create to scale it and then to be able to reach to a lot of patients. እና ያንን ስራ የሚሰራው company, it's a CDMO job ማለት ነው. So in the CDMO part, we do have big two chunks, the DS and the DP part. So the DS is the component responsible for the drug pharmacological effect ማለት ነው. ወይም ደግሞ vial ውስጥ ያለው the liquid part is basically that's what we call DS. DP የምንለው ግን whenever we have this product ወይም ደግሞ this DS be in a vial ሊሆን ይችላል ወይም ደግሞ ካፕሱል ውስጥ ሊሆን ይችላል ታብሌት ሊሆን ይችላል አይድሮፕ ሊሆን ይችላል. So when it changes into the packaging system, that's what we call the DP part. I'm currently working in the DP, so MSAT drug product, manufacturing science and technology drug product, and my job focuses on tech transfer, process parameter data analysis, and also process validation as well. So basically, client ይመጡና እኛ company, they will ask us to scale up their medicine, and then we have to figure out the parameters. እንዴት ብለን ነው ያንን መድኃኒት ፎርሙሌሽኑን ሳይቀይር ለብዙ ሰዎች መድረስ የሚለውን ፕሮቶኮልም የምንሰራበት ዲፓርትመንት ነው ማለት ነው። Fourth, what we have is current and future directions in diagnostics እንዲሁም ደግሞ therapeutics ግን እንደ CDMO and drug product perspective ማለት ነው. So transition from small molecules to a complex biologics, increasing personalization and modality diversity, manufacturing quality. ይህ ሁሉ happen የሚሆነው I think whenever we have like new technologies, therapeutics ላይ ሊሆን ይችላል diagnostics ላይ ሊሆን ይችላል, we always have to go through all this through the CDMO companies. Currently in our company, we're working on advanced formulations, monoclonal antibiotics የምንላቸው, next generation therapies የምንላቸው, especially at Samsung Biologics. I don't know if you heard about Moderna. During the COVID season, they manufactured a COVID vaccine in Samsung Biologics. So there's always like new parts coming into to the CDMO companies, but they always have to go through the regulatory affairs step. I think that is the hardest part. Like it's not that we create new things, but we have to think of it if it's ethical and if it can pass through the regulatories, if it can be filtered through the regulatory affairs የሚለውን ነገር ሀሳብ ውስጥ ማስገባት ነው ማለት ነው. So earlier I mentioned this again, discovery is not delivery, right? Like we do have innovations and then ያንን ከፔሸንቶች ጋር ኮኔክት ሊያደርግልን የሚችለው currently is what we call them the CDMO companies ማለት ነው። So yeah, I think this would be my last content, the capacity building and career development in biomedicine. I think it's what I mentioned earlier. If a person want to have a skill, right, like we're not only like referring to producing more graduates ወይም ደግሞ ሪሰርቸሮችን ብቻ ሳይሆን in a practical sense, developing human capital with the right combination of scientific depth, engineering literacy ሊሆን ይችላል, systems level understanding. Now, in global biomedicine, particularly in the industry that I am in right now, specifically like CDMO environments, success usually depends on like individuals who can operate across research, manufacturing, quality, ከዛም አልፎ ደግሞ regulatory interfaces ማለት ነው። So basically we need to have those knowledge on the first hand. ከዛም በኋላ I think this is what usually what like students like me, when I was a student, you know, I always had a problem of deciding where to go. Like if it's good for me to go straight to, you know, graduate school ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ማስተር ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ወይም ደግሞ ፒኤችዲ ላጥና ወይም ደግሞ ቀጥታ ኢንዱስትሪ ውስጥ ልግባ የሚል ኮንፊውዥኖች ነበሩ በብዛት እና I think that is something that we have to decide while we are in our bachelor ሊሆን ይችላል ወይም ደግሞ ማስተርስም ካደረግን በኋላ if we're thinking really I want to spend, you know, most of my time doing academics ከሆነ yeah, for sure academic ውስጥ መግባት ነው። ካልሆነ ደግሞ we really want to see the actual products, like, you know, እንደዛ ከሆነ ደግሞ ኢንዱስትሪ ውስጥ መግባት ነው ማለት ነው። So I think in my case ኢንተርንሺፖች ካምፓኒዎች ውስጥ ሄዶ መስራት it gave me, you know, like ጥሩ የሆነ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነበር ለእኔ ዲሳይድ ለማድረግ ማለት ነው። ኔክስት ስቴፕ ምን ሊሆን ይችላል የሚለውን ዲሳይድ ለማድረግ internship, like actually going to the company, going inside the manufacturing and see how it works. ያ ነገር created a very interest in me, so that's why I went directly to industry ማለት ነው። And then we have hybrid systems. I mean, they call it hybrid, like public health, you know, it could be a policy maker ሊሆን ይችላል, infrastructure and all that stuff. Also that part actually need some part of the academics, at the same time some part of the industry part ማለት ነው። So I think my next slide would be like in Korea right now, like እዚህ ኮሪያ ውስጥ ምን አይነት ኦፖርቹኒቲዎች አሉ የሚለውን ነው ሼር ማድረግ የምፈልገው እና I don't know if you heard, there's so many universities here in Korea, and they do have a scholarship, and also they have a lot of opportunities for doing research as well. So some of the universities that I mentioned in the slides are the universities that gives actually 100% scholarships. We do have majors like biomedical engineering, AI biomedicine. I think that is something new also from KAIST University. We have Post-Tech University. So these universities are, I think they're like one of the best universities in Korea. And they offer programs like master's, PhD tracks as well, and also integrated at the same time. ከዛም በኋላ ደግሞ there are a lot of chances the industries in Korea take this students who studied and graduated from those universities most of the time. We do have Hyundai, LG, Samsung, and then SK. I think these are like what top 4, top 5 companies in Korea. So yeah, there is an opportunity when it comes to education at the same time. industry that we want ማለት ነው። Another part when it comes to scholarship in Korea, so for me, I directly applied to the university. ቀጥታ ዩንስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ዌብሳይት ውስጥ በመግባት literally international applications የሚለውን ክሊክ በማድረግ I mean ብዙ የሆኑ ስቴፖች አሉ ቢሆንም ግን I think I directly applied to the university and then I also got full scholarship ማለት ነው. And then we do have a government level GKS ነው የምንለው. There's a global Korea scholarship እና በየአመቱ ውስን ለሆኑ ተማሪዎች በኤምባሲ ትራክ እና ወይም ደግሞ በዩኒቨርሲቲ ትራክ ኦፕሽን በማድረግ ተማሪዎችን ይመርጣሉ ማለት ነው እና I have a lot of friends in Korea አሁን ላይ who actually got this scholarship and ጥሩነቱ የዚህ scholarship ምንድን ነው? If you are bachelor ሊሆን ይችላል ማስተርስ PhD ሊሆን ይችላል they government support everything ማለት ነው dorm ሊሆን ይችላል stipend every month they give your stipend as well tuition you don't pay tuition at the same time so it's a very good chance and then research institute based access የምንላቸው ካምፓሶች አሉ like KAIST for example KAIST has joint program like MS and PhD most of the time people just directly request to a professor and then they ask the professor if they could join their lab directly because professors will ask the office and yeah I think በጣም ጥሩ የሆነ chance in research institute based access as well so I think maybe it could be as a tips practical tips contacting professors directly if you are aiming to go into graduate schools ወይም ደግሞ do your PhD or masters I really recommend you to directly contact professors and then you can send them your CVs and your research interests as well and then professors tend to have like power in universities in Korea ሌላው ደግሞ target research degrees like career relevant trainingዎችም አሉ ኮሪያ ውስጥ የሚሰጡና እነሱም I think it's a very best way to look into that part as well most of the time ደግሞ I think I get asked a lot of time like if English is sufficient because if you come as a GKS scholar you have to spend 1 year learning Korean language and then join your major university. Again, if you directly apply to universities like me, for example, እኔ ዮንስ ዩኒቨርሲቲ apply ሳደርግ the whole 4 years I was taught in English and I did not need a Korean certificate ወይም ደግሞ ኮሪያን መማር አልተጠበቀብኝም ነበረ I took TOEFL and IELTS though ግን ከዛ ውጪ all the classes were in English but after that like if you want to get a job maybe ወይም ደግሞ if you're planning to stay longer here then Korean language is very important part as well yeah I think that is pretty much it that's what I prepared for today so if there's any questions I am willing to accept from now on. Thank you so much.
በጣም እናመሰግናለን ካሌብ ደስ የሚል ሰፋ ያለ ማብራሪያን የሰጠህን ጥያቄ ከተሳታፊዎች እንቀበልና እኔም አንድ ሁለት ጥያቄ እስካሁን ፕሬዘንት በተደረገው ላይ ያነሳለሁ